Welcome to the Allegory of Spots podcast series. Thanks for joining. In each episode, we introduce a new spot. We talk about how spots hinder our progression mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and how to overcome any spot that may be holding you back. As you begin to move and apply the things you learn, you'll start to see weaknesses become strengths, and you'll begin to see and feel greater light come into your lives.
Hi, you are listening to the Allegory of Spots. I am Holly, and this spot is called Immorality. And today, as we try to give you the account and the ability, we hope you'll be able to recognize if this is a spot that you have and what to do about it, how to change. Immorality is evil, sinful, or otherwise wrong behavior. Immorality is often called wickedness and is a state avoided by good people. Since morality refers to things that are right, immorality has to do with things that are wrong, like stealing and lying, fraud, murder. If you are immoral, you are not following accepted principles of right. Immoral behavior will separate you from God. So if what you're doing isn't right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. I recently heard of a man who left his wife and children for another woman. The mother then took the children they had together to live with her parents. After a while, the mother took off to live with another man and began a new family. The pattern of abandonment continued as the mother's new boyfriend left, and the mother took the children from her second relationship to live with her parents too. She didn't stay to help raise any of the children, but abandoned all of them to pursue yet a third man. Meanwhile, all of the children from these relationships were left with the grandparents, who took good care of them. But the children suffered with the feelings of abandonment and clung desperately to their grandparents. Without moral and spiritual awakening, there is no hope for us, said Dwight D. Eisenhower. Immorality is when you turn to the world and not to God, when you know He lives. Many service organizations exist that promote moral goodness. Rotary International is one of them. They bring together businesses and professional leaders to provide community service and promote goodwill and understanding in the world. Their motto is great. It's service above self. And when making choices and choosing projects to work on and provide support to, they involve the 4-way test. This test is a way to judge if what they are using their resources for meets the criteria of a moral, worthwhile project. They also use this test in their personal lives as a moral check. So this is the test, and these are the questions you can ask yourself. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better understanding? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Try using this test in your own life to gauge the choices you make each day. Gordon B. Hinckley told this story that I'm about to tell you, and it illustrates our ability to make moral or immoral choices. Which one would you choose? An older boy and his young companion were walking along a road which led to a field. They saw an old coat and a badly worn pair of men's shoes by the roadside in the distance, and they saw the owner working in the field. The younger boy suggested that they hide his shoes and conceal them, and watch the perplexity on the owner's face when he returned. The older boy thought that would not be so good. He said the owner must be very poor. So after talking the matter over at his suggestion, they concluded to try another experiment. Instead of hiding the old man's shoes and coat, they would put a silver dollar in each shoe and see what the owner did when he discovered the money. So that's what they did. Pretty soon the man returned from the field, put on his coat, slipped one foot into a shoe, and felt something hard. He took it out and found a silver dollar. Wondering and surprised shone upon his face. He looked at the dollar again and again, and he turned it around to see if he could see anybody. Then proceeding to put on the other shoe, when to his great surprise, he found another dollar. His feelings overcame him. He knelt down and offered aloud a prayer of thanksgiving, in which he spoke of his wife being sick and helpless, and his children without bread. He fervently thanked the Lord for this bounty from unknown hands, and evoked the blessings of heaven upon those who gave him this needed help. The boys remained hidden until he had gone. They had been touched by his prayer and felt something warm within their hearts. As they left to walk down the road, one said to the other, "I have a really good feeling. How about you?" Being moral will bring peace, honor, light, and warmth to your heart, while immorality will always bring shame, disappointment, heartache, darkness, and loss of character. Remember the words to the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror? They go like this: I'm going to make a change for once in my life. It's going to feel real good. Going to make a difference. Going to make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to pretend not to see their need? I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize that there are some with no home, not a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If they want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
At the end of each episode, you'll hear us repeat the steps on how to remove your spots. It's simple. There are 4 steps in the process. Number 1, start by making a comprehensive list of all the things in your life that you need to get rid of, or repent of, or even be healed from. You'll know when your list is complete when you feel you've included all the items that come to mind. Number 2, take an inventory of what you're feeding your spirit, because what you feed your spirit is what feeds your flesh. Your body will follow your spirit. Number 3, now that you've identified the spots, let's get rid of them or cast them off. And here's how you do that. Present your list to God through prayer. Ask Him for help. Ask Him to remove your spots, to literally take them from you. Ask God to remove and offload all your burdens, your stresses, and your concerns. Stop trying to carry them alone. They weren't meant for you to carry. And number 4, once you've finished steps 1 through 3, it's time to start the process again. Only this time, dig a little deeper into your soul, searching out even the smallest of spots you might have overlooked or not even recognized. Ask God to reveal them. He has a way of bringing them to the surface. And finally, continue these steps until you've completely cleansed yourselves of any and all spots. Then move forward day by day, using the atonement of Jesus Christ to keep yourself unspotted.